In the gold foil experiment, from a source, alpha particles are striking a gold metal plate. Now, it is very important that you understand few things about alpha particles. Alpha particles are positively charged particles. This is the first thing which must be kept in mind. The next thing which must be kept in mind is they have penetrating property. They can penetrate through matter. That is, this is a very thin gold foil. Now, why we are using gold over here? The choice of gold is also because of the fact that gold is the most malleable element on the surface of earth. इसका मतलब हो गया कि अपने गोल्ड को पीट पीट के एकदम पतला बना सकते हैं. तुम ऐसा ऑब्जर्व कियोगे कि जब अपने मिठाई वगैरह खाते हैं तो उसके ऊपर एक सिल्वर का कोटिंग रहता है, अपने उसको बरक बोलते हैं. तो गोल्ड को उससे ही पतला बनाया जा सकता है, उसको पीट पीट के और पतला बना दिया गया है. तो इट इज द मोस्ट मेलिएबल एलिमेंट ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ अर्थ. तो अपने बोलते हैं क्योंकि ये मोस्ट मेलिएबल था इसीलिए गोल्ड का इस्तेमाल किया गया. एंड अल्फा पार्टिकल्स वेर बोम्बार्डेड ऑन द गोल्ड फॉइल. So now what was the observation? The observation was something like this. He observed that the majority of the alpha particles went straight without any deviation, without much deviation. The alpha particles went through the gold foil. A very few alpha particles showed some deviation, like you can see over here. Some alpha particles showed some deviation, and a very few, matlab 1 out of 50,000 alpha particle bounced back. So over here, I'm also demonstrating in one more diagram that most of the alpha particles went without any deviation. A few alpha particles were deviated like this, and very few, that is 1 out of 50,000 alpha particle bounced back. And hence the following things were concluded. Now, what was the conclusion part? The atom consists of a large empty space inside the nucleus. So there is a large amount of empty space inside the nucleus where there is neither proton nor electrons are there. So and hence जो अल्फा पार्टिकल यानी कि जो पॉजिटिवली चार्ज पार्टिकल था वो एकदम उसके थ्रू चला गया बिना किसी डेविएशन के, बिना किसी ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन के. देयर इज अ पॉजिटिवली चार्ज मास एट द सेंटर ऑफ द एटम. अब ये वाला बात से कंक्लूड होता है कि जो वेरी फ्यू यानी कि 1 आउट ऑफ 50,000 जो अल्फा पार्टिकल बाउंस बैक कर गया वो बाउंस तभी कर सकता है व्हेन देयर इज अ डेंस पॉजिटिव चार्ज एट द सेंटर ऑफ द न्यूक्लियस. And hence he said that there is a positively charged mass at the center of the atom. And this is what I was saying, very dense. The size of the nucleus is very small compared to the size of the atom. So there is a dense positive charge nucleus which is situated at the center of the atom, and the electrons revolve around the nucleus at large distance from each other and from the nucleus. And this is the reason for which the few alpha particles were deviated from their path, because the negatively charged electrons were attracting them towards them, and hence a few alpha particles got deviated from their path. So Rutherford came up with this idea that there is a dense positively charged particle at the center of the atom and the electrons are revolving around it. Now with this he gave the idea something like this, that the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. But the problem was, if an electrically charged particle is rotating and it is radiating energy, that it is losing energy, then very slowly the electron will collapse and fall into the atom's nucleus. But this doesn't happen. बोलने का मतलब ऐसा हो गया कि अगर तुम अपने हाथ में एक थ्रेड ले लो, उसकी एंड पे अगर एक स्टोन में बांध देता हूँ और अगर उसको अपने घुमाना स्टार्ट करते हैं और अगर मैं उसका स्पीड धीरे धीरे करके कम करूंगा तो क्या होगा? द स्टोन विल फॉल बैक एंड हिट अस ऑन द हेड. तो ये वही वाला बात हो गया कि इलेक्ट्रॉन को अगर अपने इस तरीके से फ्लो करवाएंगे और अगर बोलेंगे कि ये एनर्जी रेडिएट कर रहा है, ये घूमते 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 अगर एनर्जी अपना लूज कर रहा है, सो डेफिनेटली इलेक्ट्रॉन मस्ट फॉल इनटू द न्यूक्लियस. लेकिन ऐसा तो होता नहीं है. एंड हेंस जो रुदरफोर्ड का जो मॉडल है वो यहाँ पे स्टेप ये फ्लॉ है उसमें, ये ड्रॉबैक है उसका, और वो यहाँ पे क्या है, वो खारिज कर दिया जाता है उसके मॉडल को और फिर दूसरा मॉडल अपने लेकर के आते हैं. तो ये बात इंपॉर्टेंट है. इसका बात सही कहाँ का था? सही बात भी है रुदरफोर्ड का सही बात क्या है कि एक डेंस न्यूक्लियस है जिसके अंदर प्रोटॉन्स है. इलेक्ट्रॉन न्यूक्लियस के बाहर यानी कि कहीं दूसरे डिस्टेंस पे घूम रहा है बाहर की तरफ. कैसे घूम रहा है वो रुदरफोर्ड नहीं बताया. वो जो बात बोला वो गलत इसलिए साबित हो गया बिकॉज अगर वो एनर्जी रेडिएट कर देगा so the electron will fall into the nucleus. So this was the drawback of Rutherford's model. So over here let us look at the Rutherford model back again in a very close way. So this is here a gold foil sheet which is placed, and this is the alpha particle emitter which we are going to bombard on this screen. These are the atoms we are talking about, where the central points are representing the nucleus of the atom, and the shells around here are representing the electrons, in which the electrons are revolving around it. So this is how we are going to understand the Rutherford Gold Foil experiment. Now these alpha particles bombarded, as you can see, uh, are passing without any deviation. Majority of the alpha particles are passing without any deviation. A few alpha particles are getting deviated as they pass through this electron cloud. So from here we say that the electrons are on the outermost shell, and very few alpha particles experience a very high deviation because of this centrally located nucleus. We can say as the alpha particles are approaching this nucleus, they are getting repelled by this particular nucleus. You can focus here also, they are getting repelled from here as well. So this is what the he demonstrated, that the alpha particles, if bombarded towards the nucleus, then they are going to experience a strong repulsion from the centrally located nucleus, and the electrons which are on the outermost shell are attracting the alpha particles towards them, accounting to slight deviation in their path. But since the atom is empty on a whole, so the majority of the alpha particle passed without any deviation. So these are the assumptions and the results of Rutherford's gold foil experiment.